Welcome to the latest edition of RPPV News, bringing you stories from across the Mornington Peninsula. I'm Catie Sharp, and here are top items. A 28-year-old man from Rye was stabbed in Rosebud late last week. Police state the victim was sitting in a car on Rosebud Parade just after 11 p.m. last Thursday night, when he was flagged down by two men. The victim got out of his car and after an argument was allegedly stabbed multiple times to the upper body. The two men fled the scene and the victim was airlifted to hospital with serious injuries. Police later arrested a 24-year-old Capel Sound man and a 23-year-old Tukgaruk man. Both men were interviewed and released pending further inquiries. Investigations are ongoing and detectives urge anyone who may have witnessed the incident to come forward. The Victorian Liberal Nationals have joined local councils, conservation groups, traditional owners and federal MPs in opposing AGL's proposed gas pipeline at Crib Point. The decision has been welcomed by local groups including Environment Victoria and the Mornington Peninsula Shire, which conducted a Facebook survey asking the community whether they supported the proposal. Of 2,000 responses, an overwhelming 93% of residents were against it. Councillor Lisa Dixon of the Cerberus ward stated, "Western Port Bay is truly special, with a wealth of local, national and internationally significant natural resources and environmental values. We cannot take risks with its future." State Planning Minister Richard Wynne will make a final decision by the end of March. Prayers are back on the agenda at Mornington Peninsula Shire. At this week's council meeting, Councillor Catie denounced the decision made in December to amend the council prayer without community consultation.
It's not about whether you don't like the prayer. I think I was, sort of a little bit clear in that. My intention of this notice of motion is local government, community engagement 101, which is about we take a topic that is a hot topic in the community where a section of our community, 58.2%, have not ever been consulted on about the prayer, the wording of the prayer, whether they want one, whether they don't want one. Maybe they don't want councillors who don't have a heart for the prayer to insult God and say a prayer and be forced to say the prayer against their will. So I've had all sorts of feedback come back from the community who I represent, and I wanted to bring their voice around this table.
The Local Government Act only requires public consultation if governance rules have been amended, which is not considered to be the case here. However, the removal of all reference to a god has led to a question of whether the prayer has in fact been replaced by a pledge. Councillor Catie asked for the matter to be referred to the review process of the Shire's governance rules for community consultation.
And the wording has changed substantially. By true definition, it's not even a prayer. It's removed the reference to Almighty God, which is foundational to what a prayer is all about.
A heated debate was followed by another close vote of 6-5 in favour of the motion, meaning that the community will now have a say on whether councillors recite a Christian prayer at the beginning of each meeting. The Committee for Greater Frankston has called for 2 hours of free parking at Bayside Shopping Centre to help rebuild Frankston's economy after lockdown. Frankston Council introduced 2 hours of free parking in its off-street car parks last July, but Bayside did not follow suit. The committee said the Coringal Hub redevelopment, which includes extensive free parking, has left Bayside blatantly uncompetitive, and that the cost of parking has been bleeding the retail soul out of Frankston for many years. Pines Cricket Club hosted their first ever Indigenous match last Saturday, playing against Somerville at Eric Bell Reserve. Pines said they wanted to celebrate and acknowledge our First Nations people and their contribution to the game of cricket, to commit to being an inclusive club for all and to acknowledge their diversity. It was a historic day for both clubs, with Uncle Shane Clark holding a smoking ceremony before the match. RPPV was there to capture the day, which ended in a thrilling draw. The K's for Days boys are coming to the end of their epic journey. RPP has been following Nathan and Blake as they walk from Melbourne to Brisbane to raise money for the charity Dogs for Kids. They are only days away from their final destination and have raised over $20,000. Some 2,000 people are now following their journey, and as they pointed out, if every one of those followers gave just $10, they'd reach their target of $40,000. Let's help them get there. Find K's for Days on Facebook and follow the link to the donations page. Good luck, boys. And RPPV is sporting some very hot new wheels. Our sponsor Brighton Auto has donated a smooth new MG SUV to RPPV, and as a community station we couldn't be more thrilled. It will be used to cover local events and sports, so be sure to watch out for it on the peninsula. You never know where we'll pop up for subscriber giveaways. And now we go to this week's weather report.
Hi, I'm Fiona, your guest presenter for this week, with your RPPV Mornington Peninsula 7-day weather forecast. Today saw a partially cloudy day with a top of 22 and a low of 14. Tomorrow sees another partly cloudy day, reaching a top of 21 and a low of 12. Monday sees the cloud coverage continuing with a top of 26 and a low of 13. Tuesday sees cloud cover decreasing to a mostly sunny day with a top of 27 and a low of 14. On Wednesday, we will have another mostly sunny day with another top of 27 and a low of 15. Thursday brings a beautiful sunny day with a top of 28 and a low of 14. And the sun continues to shine into Friday with a top of 29 and a low of 16. Well, that's it for this week. Until next time, and have a great week.
And now to our surfing guru, Muzz, with the Surf Report.
Hi guys, Muzz here with this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. Again, like most of this summer, pretty average week in front of us. Thursday is again the peak of the days. It looks like it's going to be on the beach breaks, maybe 2, maybe 3 foot and offshore, but not much else to sort of ride home about this week. Maybe Friday. No swell increase on the weekend like there has been for the rest of the year, so fairly average waves right through. Later next week there's a slim chance, but we'll know that at next week's Surf Report. So enjoy your week, hopefully get in the water. Water's still warm. To the guys at Phillip Island Board Riding Club, went down there on Sunday and caught up with a lot of old faces for a memorial for one of the characters of Australian and Victorian surfing, Johnny Rotten Moyne, who passed away late last year. It was great to see everyone, and it was really good, the show that Gavin Lewis and his wife Pam put on, and the boys who came from all over Victoria and Australia to pay tribute to Rotten. So it was a great day, and a truly lost character of Victorian surfing.
And that's all from our team here at RPPV News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.